In a historic show of support, South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol and First Lady Kim Kyon-hee arrived in Ukraine Saturday. They visited war-torn areas around Kyiv before being greeted by President Zelensky and wife Elena Zelenska.
It is important that the Republic of Korea is a member of the Global Peace Summit. I'm thankful for the Republic of Korea's readiness to support our efforts in food, energy, and global security.
The visit likely fell short of Zelensky's hopes, who has been pleading for South Korean weaponry for months. Korea won't be shelling out its tanks, but it's pledged to up its humanitarian aid by $50 million and provide a batch of unspecified military supplies.
Rescue workers looking for missing people following flooding in South Korea. At least 22 people have died after a week of heavy rains caused landslides, floods and damage to property and infrastructure. And forecasters say more rain is expected. Meanwhile, in the Indian capital, New Delhi, the Jamuna River has begun to recede after reaching its highest level in 40 years. Low-lying areas of the city are still flooded. Thousands were forced to evacuate to higher grounds, and makeshift camps have been set up across the city.
Overnight, fast-moving wildfires outside of LA, leaving residents fleeing for their lives. Evacuations underway in Riverside County as 3 fires ravage homes and rip through thousands of acres. The flames feasting on land, baking in the sun.
We are in the midst of a historic heat wave.
Those hit hardest across the board, people who work outside and those without homes. As people break a sweat, the heat could break records in 14 different states this weekend. And it's not just out west. In muggy Miami, Florida, it feels like 107.
At least 2,000 people have been evacuated as a forest fire burns out of control in the Spanish island of La Palma. The fires started in the early hours of Saturday morning on the island's north. The Spanish army deployed 150 firefighters to help local crews battle the blaze. At least 12 homes have been destroyed, causing neighbouring regions to evacuate as high temperatures in the country are set to increase.
The FSO Safa has been out of service since the start of Yemen's war 8 years ago. The oil tanker poses a grave environmental threat to this region and beyond. Decaying, its structural integrity has been severely compromised. The large vessel contains more than 1 million barrels of oil. Any incident would be a disaster. Mohammed Mudawi and his UN team have been working on a costly salvage operation to prevent the buildup of flammable gases, but mines litter the area. In the coming days, the oil on board the Safa will be transferred to this vessel, Nautica Yemen. But neither the Houthis in Sana'a nor the internationally recognized government in Aden have yet to agree on who owns the ship or who has the right to sell the oil once unloaded from the old vessel.
Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was admitted to the hospital on Saturday and diagnosed with dehydration, according to his office, which also said the 73-year-old leader was experiencing dizziness but was in good condition. He is staying there overnight, though there was no indication of a potential handover of power. Netanyahu's potential absence raised questions as the country deals with a crisis over a planned judicial overhaul, as well as simmering conflicts with the Palestinians and Iran.